Hey guys, Ben here with ABC Baseball Camp, going over the video analysis work for your swing, and just wanted to go over some things that I found in your video. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing I want to do is I want to work from the ground up, and what I want to do is talk about your feet. What I would recommend to do is take your feet and turn them in a little bit more towards each other compared to a little bit out. What that's going to do is it's going to take your knees and turn them in just a hair, and that's going to create some more power for you. So make sure your feet are at least straight ahead compared to turned out a little bit, and that's just going to make you a little bit stronger foundation to have when you swing. A very important next piece I would change is your hand position. You notice when your hand position is low that your bat path goes at an upward angle. And what you want to do is you want your hands probably up in this area, about shoulder height, just above shoulder height, and then have your bat angle to be more angled this way. And what that's going to do is when your hands are back up and away, it's going to help you work to more downhill angle, which is where you want it to be. On a downhill plane, you're looking to always drive the baseball compared to lifting the baseball. And what happens is if my hands start in this area where they're at now, they have a tendency to drop even lower as I go forward with my swing. You can see as I go that my hands begin to drop. And it's very important that your hands want to start nice and high, again more up in this area with this angle, so when my hands drop, they'll just drop to about here, and then I'll be able to work just in this angle. And you'll see if I just change my angle to a different way, to a different color, you'll see your bat path kind of goes this direction, and I put that in red just so you can see the difference. What we got to do is we got to change your bat path from going kind of uphill to kind of have it going downhill, and I think that's going to make a big difference on your swing. And what I would do is I would take a tee, so I'll put this tee right here, and then draw another line, put the we call it the high tee. If you place a ball up on a high tee right there with your hands, then if I go back, you'll notice that in order to hit that ball, that your hands have to be more in that green area compared to be more on that red area. As if I go in that red area, you'll notice that I'll just hit the tee over, and that's going to make us be underneath the ball and work our way up. You can see how a lot of your swings were underneath, which isn't the end of the world of squaring up enough, but just makes a big difference in regards to how consistent you are and kind of the next level of the game for you. And I think that's the biggest thing to work on, is just a bunch of tee work. So again, focus on those feet being a little bit turned in, focus on the hands, making sure you can see they kind of start there, but then they kind of drop, so keep those hands nice and high and work on that downhill angle. So that's kind of our start. So now let's go into our land foot. And you'll notice that land foot, those hands should probably be around in this area at that point, so I can work kind of this way. You'll notice that your hands kind of work that way right now. Let's go with this next frame. The other thing we do is we don't have a lot of weight transfer. I think we need to have a better rotation and some more weight transfer. So when you do your land foot and you step and stride, just do a better job with that kind of rotating those hips and having your feet just a hair farther apart. You can see at the end of our swing, our knees are very close together. And that's really okay as long as your bat path is at a downward angle. But I would like to see your foot just a hair more out here. But more importantly is have this heel of this foot, instead of it pointing this way, you want it to point that way. So take your heel here and put your foot kind of up to there, and then have your heel facing more towards these guys on deck waiting. What that's going to do is going to give you more space in between our knees here, and that's going to give us, in essence, more power. Now, at contact, you're in pretty good shape as far as your head is looking down the barrel of the ball. Palm up, palm down drill. You Your head's looking down the barrel of the bat, so your hand position is in a palm down position, which is really good. You have good angle in our leg. You have a firm, closed front side. So that's all in pretty good shape. So my suggestion is just getting a little bit more attitude into the ball. In regards to our bat path, needs to really be changed from going kind of a little bit uphill to a little bit downhill. And I think that's going to be the biggest thing in regards to getting you more consistently hitting the ball line drives. You can see as I go to stride, one thing I want you to work on is when you go to stride in your hands, as this front foot goes out to here, your hands actually want to go up and away and not down. So you'll notice if I go back and forth a few times, so your hands go down and back. When you hit, and as I stride, you want your hands to go up and back. I think that's going to make a big difference in our swing by getting you more consistent. That's just the biggest thing that I see with your swing in regards to that. Make sure also getting more power inside of our legs, but you can see as I go take that pitch, my hands really begin to drop on me. And that's the biggest thing. So again, when we go into land foot, this is a different swing here. At this point of your swing, you can see where your hands are down here. Right now, at this part of your swing, your hands probably want to be right up in here with your barrel there. So then I'm going to basically be working this way. And that's going to be nice and flat to the ball. The other thing I see on this swing is making sure this foot, you can see that foot is kind of opening up on you. And again, at this point of our swing, your heel does a really good job right here of landing. You can see it's kind of pointed at these guys on deck. But as I go here, you can see that that front foot is more pointing at the pitcher, and that's open too much. So you want to kind of close that off a little bit more, and that's going to help with your knees being a little bit farther apart. So at this point of our swing, let's go ahead and have that foot here and that heel facing more of these guys. That's going to help you hit against more of a closed front side. But more importantly, see how low your hands are right here. You can see I'm just going to be underneath this ball, and I'm going to work kind of an uphill angle, which does not work in regards to hitting to work uphill compared to short down and through the ball for downhill. Now contact, again, you're in pretty good shape. Good angle on your feet. Your front side's open a little bit, but it's firm. Your head's on the baseball, palm up, palm down. Again, it's just changing that bat path. It's completely changing that bat path. So get yourself a tee and put that tee up nice and high, and get your hands where you take that pitch. And you're basically going to good hitters are good takers, meaning standing in with the pitchers and not swinging, but just standing in and taking pitches off the machine. You can just make sure when I take a pitch that your hands stay nice and high, and that's really the key. This is an additional swing here, just kind of looking at, but you can see how low my hands get, and that's a big difference in regards to how I'm going to be consistently hitting line drives all over the field and things to that effect. So hopefully you can take this video and really start working at it. It's going to make a huge difference in regards to your swing and your bat path. But we wish you the best this year. We wish you to hope to come back and see us in a future camp, and let us know how you're doing this season.